Fellas, you think we could listen to the radio or something?
Jeff, what is up? How are you today?
I am fantastic. Had a busy week.
Man, we're now into league high school football, right? Because unless you're in the wacky world of the Citrus Belt League, everyone pretty much started last night. And we get into league play. Week 6.
Week 6. Holy cow, it goes fast. Seems like it was just week 0, whatever that means.
So we're going to talk a lot of high school football here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Welcome to the show. I'm Pep Fernandez. That's Jeff Gorham. We got the Colton Yellowjackets in the house, live in studio. My guy Greg down here was like, man, when are you getting Colton on? The Yellowjackets are back.
Yes, it's been a big deal. It's been Greg's been talking about it for months. Bring Colton in.
That's all he talks about. He's flying the colors today. He's got the Colton Yellowjacket on, so we're excited to have the Colton Yellowjackets here in the house. We're going to have them in the first segment as we kind of recap Week 6 of the high school football season. Also look ahead to Week 7 as well as some good matchups, including, I guess it would call it a rivalry game. We'll ask these guys if it's a rivalry game against Grand Terrace. In our second segment, we've got Santiago. Right? Say it.
No, I don't have the pipes to do that.
Oh, man. Santiago Volleyball, the #1 team in the CIF Southern Section Division II rankings. We got the Sharks in the house. And then in our final segment, we've got our Marines Recruiting Station Riverside Athlete of the Week to announce. We're going to break down some of those big games from last night, including Centennial against Roosevelt, the Holy War, Aquinas, and Notre Dame, the Holy Shield coming back to San Bernardino. And we're also going to talk about the game that you did last night live on Riverside TV.
A great one.
Arlington and North in overtime.
OT.
And the gutty call by Coach Lunsford right at the end to win it.
Oh, yeah, he had his entire pack of Juicy Fruit in his cheek. And called for the audible for 2, and great ending.
You got it.
Yep.
He's a gum chewer. 6-0 now for the Lions. We got a lot to get to. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. You will be spoiled by their excellent customer service and great prices. You can check them out off Alessandro Boulevard. Bill Navigado, we love you. Also, Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, and Ken Sporting Goods still dominates. Letterman's jackets, sports gears. They hook up a lot of teams with team apparel. KenSportingGoods.com. Boost Performance Training in Corona with the one and only Ray Bass. We talked about it. They're doing golf, lacrosse. Of course, they're doing football, baseball, all kinds of stuff. So check out Coach Ray Bass, former Centennial High School star, played at Hawaii and San Diego State. Get more information at BoostTrainingSystems.com. And we've got a new sponsor. I'm excited about this one. Catalano Motors in Corona.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just opened.
Yeah, Catalano Motors, brand new. And we're excited to have them on board. You can buy, trade, or finance a new-to-you car or truck. If you have high expectations on buying a car, well, Catalano Motors, they're going to hook you up. They're going to meet those expectations. They're going to go above and beyond that. They're committed to excellence. It's Catalano Motors off of Temescal Canyon Road right down there in Corona. All right, who's ready for some Yellow Jacket football?
I am.
I'm pointing at this guy down here.
Greg is.
The pride of Colton High School. Greg, excited to have the Yellowjackets in the house here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE. First off, Coach Sean Collins over here, a 4-2 start, Coach. Great start, but it's going to get meaty really fast as you go into Sunkist League play. A big win against Bloomington last night, but you've got some big games coming up. But just talk about that 4-2 start, and where do you kind of give credit to for such a great start? Go ahead and step up to the mic. Well, I'm sorry, I'm loud, so you got to be loud too. I know you can yell. You're a coach.
Well, I give credit to these guys, to the whole team, really. It started in February with a mindset of, we had to change the culture here. So what we basically went into was, I had the guys out there at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oof.
So we were out there in the summertime. We were grinding, and we started early, and we made a conscious effort to basically not be like what we were, to improve it and start changing the culture and starting with some mental toughness. And those are the little steps we took, and you know what? They bought in, and it's paying off right now.
Is that the definition of craziness, doing the same thing over and over but expecting different results? You shook it up, right? I mean, you did it. I mean, the proof is in the pudding now at 4-2, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know what? We could always be better, and that's the thing. And I want these guys to stay humble because it's been so long since we've even had a winning record. So not only are we working on learning how to win, but we're trying to stay consistent and stay humble and just keep improving week by week.
Coach, who did you bring in studio for us here on the Inland Sports Show?
I brought in Lawrence Campbell and Brennan Ramos.
So you've got some great running backs. Of course, the mystery man, Lawrence Campbell, Brennan Ramos, Mauro Fierro as well, right? Another one of those. You got some studs back there. Mm-hmm. Does it make your life a little bit easier when you know you got studs like this?
Yeah, it really does, and it plays into what we want to do. You know, everybody is lining up and chucking it all over the place, and, you know, we run triple option.
Let's do it, yeah.
So basically it's hard to prepare for, which is what I like. And our offensive line, they're short, stocky, thick guys. So with that, you know, we angle block a lot, so we don't really have to dominate you. We basically make you play assignment football, and that plays into, you know, what we really like to do.
We finesse you and beat you.
That's right. I mean, you're right. A lot of teams going to the spread. They want to throw the ball over the place, 3, 4, 5 receivers sometimes. But you guys with 3 running backs, you're just going to run wild on people. Or at least that's the plan, right?
That's the plan. Good.
That's the plan. Let's go to Lawrence Campbell over here. I feel bad. This is like 2 years ago. He was having a huge game, and his number wasn't on the roster. I'm like, who's this mystery guy? He's a stud. This guy's he's so good. Lawrence Campbell here on the Inland Sports Show. Lawrence, man, a 4-2 start. You guys are going great. You have some big games coming up on the horizon in Sunkist League play. So what do you guys have to keep doing to maybe get a couple more wins and add to that 4-2 record?
Well, I think we should keep executing the way we do, play our game, have our O-line, talk to them, keep them up, run the ball how we're supposed to. It'll be a good year for us.
Lawrence, how were those 5 a.m. practices? Coach, Coach is like, I want to hear this.
At first, they're pretty hard, but then as we keep going, I got used to waking up, eating up, and practicing. It's pretty good.
Going to bed early, too?
Nah.
No? Oh.
That's Jeff's lifestyle.
Yeah.
Late, get up early, man.
Yeah.
That's hard. Brendan Ramos here on the Inland Sports Show as well. Brendan, you guys were this was a team that finished 4-6 last year. You've already matched that win total so far at 4-2. Grand Terrace is coming up. With 3 talented running backs, you know, we'll throw Fierro in there as well. I mean, do you guys worry who gets the touches, who gets the touchdowns, how many carries or yards? You just guys, it's like, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, let's look at the scoreboard. Did we get a win?
We're not so much worrying, but it's more of a competition between the backs to see who can do the most.
Friendly competition, right?
Friendly competition. Me and Mister were like friendly competition. He's trying to catch up to me. I'm trying to keep my lead, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter who gets the ball, just as long as we play our assignments and we get yards. That's all that matters.
But it's fun to push each other, right? Yeah. Like, hey, man, I got 10 more yards than you last night, or whatever. What were your stats last night against Bloomington? That 40-zip win.
I had 114 yards after scrimmage, and then I don't know how many yards Mister had.
What'd you have, Lawrence?
I think I had about 120.
120? Oh, man.
I had about 120.
Yeah.
121, man.
136?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's got the stats. Yeah. So he got you by a couple. But you got Grand Terrace coming up. You can probably make up those yards against Grand Terrace, which would be a good thing for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Let me go back to Brendan here, right? So you've got Grand Terrace. My guy Greg down here is a Colton guy, and he said in his day, Rialto was the rival. But Brendan, is Grand Terrace the rival right now for Colton High School football?
Yeah, they are, but we still got other tough teams in our league that are kind of the same way. Like, every game is a playoff game to us. Like, every game we have to come out on top, execute the best way we can, and come on top.
Coach, do you feel like, you know, Colton had a great run of success about a decade ago. You know, a ton of guys going to the NFL. Like you said, you had to kind of change things up. You have to kind of reestablish Colton football.
Right.
I mean, with guys like this and the 4-2 start, do you feel like people are like taking notice again? Like, hey, you know what? The buzz around the Yellowjackets is real.
I think people are like slowly coming back.
Sure.
Like, hey, they're actually not too bad.
They won again.
Yeah. So you know what? I just want to keep that going, and I want to build off of that. That's what we want to do as a team, and you know. And I tell these guys before we go out in each game, play for yourselves, play for each other, and play for the community. We say that before we come out of the tunnel each week, and so far we've been doing that.
Because I know there's guys like Greg all over the place who are very proud to be Colton Yellowjacket, and they want to see the program succeed. Like you said, you see alumni coming back out, and like, you know, it's a pun, but buzz around the community, around the city, right? I mean, about what you guys are doing.
Yeah, and you know, we just want to maintain it, you know, and I really want to do it for these guys, you know, because they've been there, they've heard it. Oh, you guys are terrible again, and all that stuff. So it's really for them, and that's why I work so hard, and, you know, because we really want to turn this thing around.
We got the Colton Yellowjackets here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Plus, we are live and amplified around the world right now on the Inland Sports YouTube channel as well. Let me go back to Lawrence Campbell over here. And Lawrence, I mean, let's look ahead now a little bit to that Grand Terrace matchup. I saw they posted like 60 last night on Fohai. What do you think you guys have to do to maybe get a W against the Titans next week?
First, practice, we should work hard, come hard every practice, and then we'll show up on Friday night, and then we'll execute, and we should be a good night for us.
Do you know a lot of those guys? I mean, because proximity-wise, you guys are close, Colton and Grand Terrace High Schools.
Yeah, I know all of them. I played Junior All-American with all of them, so they're pretty good friends to me. Yeah,
that's what I figured.
But on the field, they're not my friend. Yeah, they're not my friend.
So they're coming on strong. Kaiser beat Summit last night.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to Coach right here. I mean, when I look at the Sunkist League, there's some leagues out there, and you're like, okay, I know how this is going to finish. Centennial's going to win the Big 8. Citrus Hill's going to win the Mountain Pass. Heritage is going to win the Sun Belt. There's certain leagues that are like, okay, that's a foregone conclusion. I look at the Sunkist. There's like 4 or 5 teams. I see it wide open, Coach. How do you look at the league as a whole right now? It's super competitive.
Yeah, it's super competitive, and that's how it should be, because that just means more people are going to watch, and, there are no sleepers. You know what I mean? So there's no freebies, and like the boys are saying, it's like playoffs from here on out, because everybody, I think, on any given Friday night can beat everybody. We're all right there, and if you show up and play, you got a chance.
Yeah.
And that's what you really want in league play. So I think we're right there.
Is it at your place against Grand Terrace?
No, it's at their place.
It's at their place.
Yeah, so we'll be at their place. So.
Well, you guys had some big wins in the preseason, knocking off La Sierra, who's a good up and coming team. And
so we've seen La Sierra.
Yeah, so you guys definitely teams or people need to come out and watch the Colton Yellowjackets, because you guys are doing some big things out there.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can keep it up, like I said, and we're going to take it 1 week at a time and just keep trying to get better each week.
What division are you, Coach, for playoffs?
We're Division 12 for the playoffs.
So I think are you ranked currently, or you were ranked, weren't you, at one point, 1 week?
Last I looked, we were ranked number 16.
So in this wacky world of this new playoff format, all you have to do is get into the playoffs. And if you can get in, there's a good chance that even though you might have finished second or third or whatever in your league, but if you can just get to the playoffs, you can make a long run. I mean, what's kind of the battle cry right now? Obviously, you guys are probably still thinking league title, but also playoffs, right?
Yeah, playoffs is we want to make the playoffs, because we haven't been there in a while with a winning record. So we want to get into the playoffs with a winning record, and we also want to get in there and do something. We just don't want to be satisfied with making it. We want to get in there and, advance and hopefully play deep and, see what happens.
Lawrence, let me ask you, how fun is football this season? Because, like Coach said, it's been a while since Colton has strung together a couple wins like this in a row and got people excited. So does this season just feel a little bit different? Is it a lot more fun to get out there on the gridiron?
Yeah, it's way more fun. Taking W's after a game feels real exciting. No one wants to take a loss, so after a loss, it's not a good feeling. So after we take a dub, celebrate, feel really good.
Brennan, what about like around campus? Like you go back to school on Monday, like I don't know, teachers giving you high fives and your friends talking to you.
The teachers now they're like, oh, you guys are good. I'm just like, okay, so you weren't there last year. Like, come on, just like, come on, let's go. And then I've noticed like around like the campus, like the people like they start noticing you now more often, and they're just like they go up to shake your hand just for no reason. Like they see you as like.
They're probably proud of you guys, right?
Yeah. They see you as more than what you are. They're proud to be part of the school this year. Again,
I always go back to Greg because he's our source for all things Colton, and he's all excited. Like we've been doing this show 3.5 years, and he always. I don't know if there was ever once he's like, man, you gotta get Colton on the show. But like a couple weeks ago, he's like, dude, what are you waiting for? You got to get the Yellowjackets back in the house.
Yeah, he was all smiles when you guys walked in today.
Nice.
So, Coach, before we let you guys go, you got Grand Terrace obviously on Friday. They know what you're going to do. You're talking about your offense and how you try to get those guys involved. So what do you think you have to do on Friday? What do you think are the keys, without giving away all your secrets, what do you think are the keys going up against Grand Terrace on Friday?
When you play a team that's good like them, and they're a good team, man. I'm not taking anything away from them, nor will I ever. They're a really good team from top to bottom. For us to have a shot, we can't turn the ball over. We have to limit our turnovers, and then hopefully we'll be there at the end. And then, in a rivalry game, anything can happen.
That's right.
We want to give ourselves a shot. That's all we're saying. That's what we want to do as a team, is give ourselves a shot.
How have you been this season in the turnover department? Because I'm not reinventing the wheel when I say that if you can limit your turnovers, you're going to have a chance to win. So have you been pretty good as a team?
You know what? We've been up and down with it. Like, the week before last, we turned it over 5 times against Moreno Valley and ended up losing by a point. So it's a fine line. It's a fine line with turnovers, but, you know, we hold on to the ball, good things usually happen for us.
That's a hard lesson to learn. Did you go back in there and say, guys, we lost by 1, and we turned the ball over 5 times? Think about that.
Yes, when you get an interception and you fumble it on the return, that good things don't happen. At that point, I was like, oh, no, here we go. So, and to still have a chance at the end, you know. Still
hung in there, right? But that shoulda, coulda, woulda, been a W.
Yes, absolutely.
That's why I can't be a coach. I'd be up all night long just thinking about those kind of things.
Me, I was up all night long. That's my wife will tell you. Yeah, I was up all night long.
Head coach Sean Collins. We also have Brendan Ramos and Lawrence Campbell here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Awesome to have the Colton Yellowjackets in the house. Big game coming up against Grand Terrace this Friday night in Sunkist League play. We want to remind everyone that Friday nights, 11 o'clock on IEMG, scores, highlights. You know we'll be talking about this one because it's going to have a big impact on that league title race in the Sunkist, Grand Terrace and Colton. Make sure you check out Sports Weekly Live every single Friday night from 11 to midnight on IEMG. And, of course, it lives forever on the IE Media Group YouTube channel. So if you don't have that TV channel, it's all good. Just watch it on YouTube. That's what I do. So
and subscribe.
And hit that subscribe button as well. Guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Coach, for coming on down on a Saturday. Congrats on the win against Bloomington. And now it's really going to get juicy.
Thanks for having us. And let me clear up one thing. I am not the Sean that takes bubble baths.
There's another.
Whoa! I'm taking a lot of heat for that. Like, Coach,
they thought it was you.
No, it wasn't me.
Oh, I did hear something about that.
Because I think on the show I said, Sean, you know who you are, right? Wait, whose dad was that, or?
It's our director of football operations guy.
Okay. Did you hear that story, Jeff?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so he draws up a hot bubble bath and watches the show on Friday night.
Wow, all right.
It's all good. Yeah, but his name was Sean, so I'm sorry, Coach.
It's all right. I just want to clear that up.
People were like, "Oh, Coach, man, he must hustle home after the game."
Hey, Coach's skin is really soft this week.
Guys, we appreciate it. Best of luck against Grand Terrace, and hopefully we can do this again soon. We'll see you in the D12 playoffs. Hopefully, fingers crossed, right?
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, the Colton Yellowjackets here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE. When we come back, Jeff, who do we have?
Santiago.
There it is.
There it is.
On the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Guys, but now, see, I'm washing lettuce. Soon I'll be on fries, then the grill. A year or two, I make assistant manager. And that's where the big bucks start rolling in.
And we are back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Plus, we are live and amplified around the world right now. So if you have the internet, you can watch it.
From anywhere.
On the Inland Sports YouTube channel. We're brought to you by Spoiled, Quick Quality Oil Change, Kin Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training, and Catalano Motors in Corona. We're excited to have them on board. Jeff, a quick reminder, and I know you know about this. We're excited about it. Jerry West, the NBA logo.
Mr. Clutch?
Executive with the LA Clippers. You are correct. He's coming to Riverside for the RUSD Coaches Clinic on October 14th. He'll be the featured speaker. They got a lot of great speakers. Our good friend Jim Clover. He's going to be speaking. Dr. Micah Parker from Cal Baptist.
Oh, it's a big name.
And, of course, Jerry West, the NBA logo. He'll be there giving a speech, but I think he's also going to open it up to questions, too. So that'll be kind of fun. Pick his brain a little bit. But he's with the Clippers right now.
That is true. He is the omnipotent, the guy in charge of the Clippers.
Yeah, I don't know what his exact title is. Like Director of Basketball Operations, Vice President of...
He is the Lord of Basketball Operations for the Los Angeles Clippers.
That could be right. That could be a real title.
That is a real title.
All right, well, we've got the Santiago volleyball team here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Jeff, these ladies are really good.
They're like ranked really high.
They are number one. So when you're number one, you go straight to the front of the line on the Inland Sports Show. So we had to get them in here in the studio.
Number one?
They are number one in Division II right now. 18-4 overall, 5-0 in the land of the Big Eight. Ladies, welcome to the show. I'll start with Sarah over here, Sarah Smevog on the end. And Sarah, I read this stat that you guys have not dropped a set, right, in league play. I mean, so not only are you winning, but you're rolling in sweeps at this point.
Oh, yeah.
How important is it for you guys to not only get a win, but sweeps are nice, right? Keep that going.
Definitely. Sweeps are the best. Our league is really trying to prepare us for CIF, and we are so excited to get into that eventually, going all the way.
You got King High School coming up on Monday night, right? As you continue league play. What have you guys been doing well thus far? Maybe some areas that you want to clean up and get better.
Definitely. Of course, I'm gonna say our serve receive has been so on recently. Our hitters in the front row, for example, Ashlyn, who's with us, Aaron, and Kayla, have been hitting bombs all league, all preseason, and that'll definitely be helping us sweep King on Monday.
Wow.
Hitting bombs, Jeff.
Hitting bombs and sweeping.
Hitting bombs. Let's go to Kayla Pronio. Again, Santiago at King on Monday have not dropped a set in Big 8. I think it's 14 matches in a row that you guys have won.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys look at the stats much? Like, oh, we've won this many in a row, or we haven't dropped a set, or we're ranked #1 in Division II. Like, do you look at that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we pay attention to that a lot, and we know we have a reputation to uphold, and we try our best to keep that going, and we want to keep our streak. We have 61 straight win leagues.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, 61.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
league wins.
For the past 5 years or something. So we're trying to keep that going, and the stats are really important to know what we have to work on, as a team and individually as well. So we pay a lot of attention to that.
Ashlyn Blotzer also here on the show. Ashlyn, do you guys have that thought oh man, we don't want to be that team to drop a league match? I mean, like Kayla said, what was it, 2012? It's 61 straight matches. Obviously you don't want to be that team, but just try to keep that going. What do you guys have to do to keep that going, 61 straight and counting?
Well, we don't come in very cocky into our games. We know that we have a big target on our backs. And again, King, we play them Monday. They're probably one of our top competitors in the Big 8. But then again, when we play Corona and Centennial, we still try and come out as hard as we would as if we were playing King and those teams. But just definitely come out, use it to prepare us for CIF. Know that we have a target on our backs and we need to uphold that league streak.
So it's more about you guys as opposed to maybe who's on the other side of the court, right? You still have to play your game.
Yeah, definitely not play down, not play anything other than what we know how to play.
All right, we've also got Erin Anderson here on the house. She hits bombs as well, right? Right, Sarah? Yeah. Bombs. We're going to call them the bomb squad, right? So, Erin Anderson here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. When you have big hitters across the board, right? I mean, is it fun? I know you guys laugh and smile and you guys jump around after a big hit. If you're oh man, that kill went straight down. That one felt good. How fun is it right now playing for Santiago Volleyball, knowing that you guys are on this streak and really dominating at this point?
It's so much fun. We have so many good hitters, and it's probably the best feeling ever to get a good kill. And we just have a lot of big players, and we're really strong.
Sarah, are you the setter?
No.
No.
I'm libero.
Who's the setter on the team?
Amy Cortez is the setter. Amy and Molly.
Amy and Molly. Let's give them a shout out right now on the Inland Sports Show because they've got to keep everyone else happy, right? Feeding them. I just asked the Colton football team if the running, because there's 3 good running backs there, and they all look at their numbers I had 120 yards and he had 114. They're all pretty close. Do you girls look at the stats, how many kills per set, or what's your average?
Yeah.
So who's leading the team right now, and how close is it?
Well, we have Kayla leading the Big 8 actually in kills. She has a lot of kills. In the team, I'm leading in hitting percentage. I think I'm hitting a 529, which that's pretty good. And then we've got Erin. She's in the 300s. That's very good. And then we've got Sarah leading the Big 8 and the team in digs, and Amy, she's leading the Big 8 and the team in aces and assists.
So basically, Jeff, any category that you pick, someone on Santiago is going to be leading that. So
hey, she was the librarian of the team. Did you hear? She knew everything.
Yeah, she knew all
yeah. I'm hitting 529. Yeah. She's hitting in the 300s, which is great. Blah, blah, blah. You know everything.
Rattling off numbers right off the top of her head. So the Sharks right now, the #1 team in those CIF Southern Section Division 2 rankings. I mean, the rankings are nice, but really, when you come down to the playoffs, it's about actually winning those games and fulfilling that big ranking, right? I'll go back to Sarah over here. So the rankings are nice. You're the team to beat. Everyone knows that. The target's on your back. But you still got to go out there and perform, especially when you get to the postseason, right? And kind of show people, yeah, we deserved it, and we got to, finish the journey and get that CIF title.
Oh yeah, every practice that we have right now is preparing us for the games to come, but the games in the long run too. We know our goal is to win CIF, to get that ring, to go on to state, and we really have our mind set on getting that ring. It's a goal that everybody shares on the team, which is really important.
Yeah, Santiago's had some really good volleyball teams. I'm thinking of the Chanel Hoffman teams, not too long ago, right? Those were some really good teams. Kayla, let me ask you. So, if you look at those Division II rankings, who are some of those other schools out there that I know you're focused on Big 8 league play, but you're okay, I just got to keep a wandering eye on some of these other teams and what they're doing out there, just in case we see them in the playoffs?
Well, we've seen a couple teams already, like El Dorado. We've played them in our Dave Mose tournament. And I think we're kind of looking at it as working on our side of the net. And I know we've said that before, but it doesn't really matter who's on the other side. We've beat some D1 teams that we were kind of coming into not really nervous, but kind of I hope we win this game.
Yeah, because
really
they're good. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So I think we know we can do well. I think it's more coming together as a team and working on our side and being prepared for those games. Those are big games.
Are you all seniors?
Me and Aaron are juniors.
You're juniors? So if, let's say you do go all the way or at least reach the finals, there's a good chance you'll be Division I next year, right?
Yeah.
So you got to get it while the getting's good. So let me go to Ashlyn because she is a senior. You want to go out on top, right? You want to get that ring and go all the way this year, right? I mean, this is it.
Yeah, every year we've just kind of been, we want to get the ring, but it's even more special and it's even more personal when you're a senior and, it's your last season. So really hoping to get that ring this year. So Ashlyn hits bombs, but word on the street is you're also a great high jumper. Yes.
So I guess it makes sense because, volleyball players, obviously, when you're in attack mode, you got to get off the ground, right, and smack down those kills, the bombs. So do they kind of play into each other, like what you learned in track and field and the high jump? Can you apply it to volleyball or vice versa, or is it just two separate things?
100%. I think that high jump is a great correlation to volleyball, especially going off the 1-foot attacks. It's helped me a lot, and it's given me an edge against other middles, just being able to be versatile with the back sets and the front sets, and then just having an easy transition from volleyball into track into volleyball. So it's really helped a lot.
Let me go back to Erin Anderson. She's just hanging out in the corner back there here in the Inland Sports Studio. Erin, as a junior, would it be special for the seniors to help them achieve that goal and get them that ring? And like I said, if you win the title, of course you're going to go Division I next year, but you're in D2 right now as the #1 team, but that'd be pretty special to help these seniors go out on top.
Yeah, we're super excited. We really want to get this ring for these seniors. They're super special to us, and they've worked really hard, and so we're just really trying to get this ring, and yeah.
Where's Coach today?
Family event.
Something with a family.
Yeah, I had a question. You guys have been dominant for so long. 61 straight matches, you said?
League matches.
Big
8 league matches.
Now, you guys obviously probably play club volleyball as well, but what are your aspirations after high school? Anybody going to college to play volleyball? Where are you going to play?
I'm playing at San Jose State for beach volleyball and indoor volleyball.
Nice. Oh, look at that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, how about our other senior?
I'm not yet committed. I've been taking the recruiting process really slow. However, I just visited Cal State Fullerton last week. That was a great visit, so it's definitely a contestant in my top schools.
Possibility, huh? You can tell they're smart girls.
Yeah, right?
Who's got the best grades in here?
Kayla.
Oh, that was no doubt. There was no hesitation.
The librarian knew that.
Yeah, she knows all the stats, right? She knows everyone's GPAs, kills percent.
Okay, who's dating who? Let's ask the librarian.
now we're really digging.
Well,
Kayla, what is your GPA?
Right now I have a 4.16, and the past 2 years I've won the Scholar Athlete Award. Actually, last year I finished with a 4.6. So I'm trying to maintain.
So you're slacking this year, is what you're saying, with a 4.1.
More APs and honors this year, so hopefully it'll balance out a little bit.
So what do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm not sure. I really like sports medicine. I want to go into something medical in that field, and I know I have to work hard in that and go to school for a long time to be successful in that area, but that's something I'd really like to pursue along with volleyball in college.
See, you're supposed to answer anything I want. I'm a genius, for God's sakes.
I am so smart. It's unbelievable how smart I am. It's funny, Sarah, you mentioned beach volleyball and stuff. Quick segue for next week's show. We're going to have the Witt twins from Cal Baptist University. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but beach volleyball All-Americans at the University of Arizona. Now they have got one more year of eligibility. They're playing at CBU, and they're studs. Beach volleyball is really growing in popularity right now. I mean, there can be pro careers. You go to the Olympics. I mean, Sarah, I know big picture, but those are some of the the goals, the possibilities out there now in the world of beach volleyball. Do you think about that?
Oh yeah, I definitely think about it. Living in Southern California and playing all summer long in these beach tournaments, whether it's just a 30-40-minute drive to Huntington Beach, Southern California is just the hot spot for beach volleyball. and it's super competitive. I would definitely consider maybe even like going into the AVP when I grow up, being playing volleyball or beach volleyball specifically for a long time, past high school, past college.
Sarah must take the toll roads because I never get to the beach in like 30 minutes. Like that's amazing.
It's like a 4-hour trip. We got kids in the back. Yeah, there's no way.
Screaming at you. Well, girls, we appreciate you coming down on a Saturday. Congrats on that #1 ranking, and hopefully you can run the table now. Keep that Big 8 League winning streak going, and then make a run in the playoffs as well and try to get that CIF ring. So we appreciate you coming down the Inland Sports Show.
I have one more question.
Yeah, you look like...
It was bothering me. When you guys get a ring, do you get like those big bulky ones like the guys get, or do you get dainty? Really? Big giant ones? Like Super Bowl rings? You walk around and
you're like, look at this whole thing? Like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You'll be, 10 years from now, and your future husbands will ask you to marry him, go, would you wear this ring on my right hand?
Yeah. The wedding ring on the right. Keep that
CIF championship ring.
Well, before you size the rings, best of luck going forward for this playoff push in Division II. And we'll see if you guys can bring home that CIF championship. So congrats on the season so far, and best of luck going forward.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's the Santiago volleyball team here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. When we come back, we're going to break down some of those big games from last night and our Marines recruiting station Riverside Athlete of the Week. So we've got still a lot to get to as we put a bow on week 6 of the high school football season. We will be right back here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Welcome to the local sports leader in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. You can find us on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM every single Saturday at 11 a.m. plus live and amplified around the world on the Inland Sports channel on YouTube. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button.
This is Kenny Clark from the Green Bay Packers, and you're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports is the undisputed sports leader in the IE and two-time finalist for the top TV radio show in the Inland Empire, thanks to our big-name guests, exclusive interviews, video highlights, and of course, nobody breaks more news than Inland Sports. Hosted by Big Salty Jeff Gorham and the IE Media Personality of the Year, Pep Fernandez, honored by the CIF Southern Section with its Champion for Character Award, the National Football Foundation, the Southern California Football Coaches Association, the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association, and the San Bernardino City Unified School District. We've teamed up with some outstanding companies in our community that are proud to call the IE home, and they care about local sports.
Hey, what's up, Pep? You too cool to come down here, man? Too big time now?
You can join our team too. If you're a local business or owner, shoot us an email at inlandsportshow@gmail.com. Nobody covers local sports like Inland Sports. Find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Always want to play the best teams, even in the playoffs. If we win the playoffs, I want it to be like we earned it.
Help us spread the word, and thanks for making Inland Sports the local sports leader in the Inland Empire.
$15% off. If you've been waiting for just the right time to upgrade, you're in luck. You're also in good company. J.D. Power has recognized Anderson for outstanding customer satisfaction with windows and patio doors. So stop waiting and start saving. Select Anderson windows and patio doors 15% off now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through October 11th. See store for details.
We all used to like Pandora before they started interrupting the music over and over. We thought maybe we can do it better than Pandora with our iHeartRadio app. And now we have. Open iHeartRadio, type in an artist you love, and let iHeartRadio build you a station with all that artist's best music and songs we've handpicked to make you a perfect station. And with iHeartRadio, you get more music, fewer interruptions, and it's free. Try it today. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
iHeartRadio. I just wanted to say that I'm a nerd. And I'm here tonight to stand up for the rights of other nerds.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Yes, Jeff.
I just thought of it. We're listening to the music. You know what's coming on tomorrow night?
What?
The trailer for the new Star Wars.
Wait, I thought it was Monday Night Football.
No, it's Sunday Night Football.
No.
Yes, it's tomorrow night.
Are you sure?
I'm positive it's tomorrow night. Don't.
Wait, because Disney's an ABC company. Wouldn't it be Monday Night Football?
They said Sunday night. That's what I've been looking forward to all week.
I think it's Monday night.
Oh, okay, I can't wait another day.
Double check that.
All right, computer.
But is that confirmed, though? Because, again, we love all those Star Wars theories. And
yes, there's the trailers coming out this week. One of you guys figured out Star Wars trailer, Last Jedi.
Yeah,
I'm challenged tomorrow.
I heard it was Monday night, but I don't know. I could be wrong. It would be the first time.
It's only a couple days away.
I'm so excited.
Me too.
Nerding out. Hey, who was it? It was one of the football coaches I ran into again. They're like, "Oh man, we're Star Wars nerds too."
Really?
Yeah. Who was that? Let me think. Let me stew about that. Let me stew about that. Yeah, they hit me up, and I was like, "Oh, cool. There's more out there."
There's a lot of, it's like, hey, we're Star Wars fans. You ask them to their face, no, I don't like Star Wars. But you get them alone, they're like, yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
What's your Snoke theory? Who's Rey? Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. We're proudly brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change, Kin Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training, and Catalano Motors in Corona. We've got our Marines Recruiting Station Riverside Athlete of the Week, and I feel like every single week I'm looking at the games and I'm like, who's it going to be this week? And after we see the stats, I always feel like it's a no-brainer. Like, there's always one guy that just kind of shines, and you're like, okay,
I'm excited. I don't know who it is this week.
I didn't even tell you.
You didn't tell. I didn't get the message, hey, this is our athlete of the week.
Because I stay up deep into the night on Friday to not only do the Marines Recruiting Station Riverside Athlete of the Week, but I also have to take all the stats and numbers that we compile from the games and stick them into the computer.
Crunch them, and it beep, boop, 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 beep. Squirts out.
So I have new rankings too.
Wow.
So I had to do all that stuff last night. You told me after Sports Weekly Live on IEMG every Friday night at 11 o'clock, you're like, Pep, I'm going to help you find some scores, but I'm going to bed.
I was dead.
You're like, I'm out. You had like a 21-hour day, right? You said you were out.
My kids woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning the day before, and then I was up the entire time. It was harsh.
And then you had an overtime game, which we're going to get to in a second.
Oh, it was a really long day. And then I didn't get to sleep in today either. Saturday's my day.
Man.
Didn't get it.
Hence the big coffee.
Yes.
All right. Our Marines Recruiting Station Riverside Athlete of the Week. His numbers are eye-popping, and it's Centennial quarterback Tanner McKee. That was the big game, right, against Roosevelt in the land of the Big Eight.
Who? What's his name?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Right? Tanner McKee. Here's his stats. 286 through the air, 209 rushing.
Get out of here.
So think about it. Centennial the last couple of years have had some great dual-threat quarterbacks. Hayden Gavitt, Robert Weber, who's on our wall.
Yes.
Anthony Catalano, who's on our wall. Not the biggest guys, but they run that read option so well. So they can run the football, they can throw the football. But you look at Tanner McKee, kind of didn't fit the same mold. He's like 6'6".
Yeah, he's
pocket
a
passer.
Giant, runs probably like Bambi.
209 though on the ground for Tanner McKee, and it was 72-33 against Roosevelt last night. So a huge win for Centennial to kick off Big 8 League play. And Tanner McKee getting our Marines Recruiting Station Riverside Athlete of the Week honors. Congratulations out there to Tanner.
Hey, real quick, that Star Wars trailer will be Monday, October 9th. Get your crayon out. Get your crayon out.
Oh, whoa.
Write it down with a crayon.
It's crayon. It's not a crayon. Anybody that says crayon and you're driving right now or listening, You're all wrong. What is it, Pep?
It's crayon.
Thank you.
Oh, stop
It's
it.
crayon.
Anyways, October 9th, so I got
October 9th, Monday Night Football. I thought so.
All right, you're pretty good.
So Centennial now 41 consecutive wins in the Big 8, 72-33 against Roosevelt. A lot of those games that we thought might decide a league title in Week 6 weren't exactly as close as we thought. So the Centennial Roosevelt, the Aquinas Notre Dame game, the Holy War, the Holy Shield's going back to Aquinas for the first time since 2012. 43-15 was the score last night.
Yeah, so do they take the program from that win last night and they put it in the bottom of the Vatican in the reliquary,
right.
and then it'll be there forever.
For that Holy Shield right now.
That, 100 years from now or 1,000 years from now, they're going to pull that thing. Oh my gosh, they hammered him in this Holy War.
Shield. I remember 2017. So here's the deal. Brandon Rankins had 188 last night, so that means he needs 182 to set the new San Bernardino County rushing record. And they play at Linfield Christian on Friday in Week 7.
Uh-oh, they better drain the lakes up there at Linfield Christian. He's got a shot to break the record.
Drain the lakes. Rankins is coming. Murrieta Valley for the second straight year beating Vista Murrieta 38-17. That's back-to-back wins for the Nighthawks against the Broncos. The Broncos are 1-5.
Ooh, Bachmeyer and Spiker, though.
Yeah, Marquis Spiker had a huge game, a couple touchdowns receiving. He also took the kickoff to open up the second half back to the house. Speaking of Spiker, real quick story. So Ryan Tukwa, who's the former head coach at Chaparral,
yes,
now a vice principal. What up, Ryan, out there? I know he's listening. He's now a vice principal at Murrieta Valley. Hit me up and said, hey, Spiker is in the running for a spot in the Under Armour All-America game.
I saw that. I did see that. It was on social media, yes.
Yeah, I put it out on Twitter. Go follow at @inland_sports right now because Marquis Spiker needs your help. So what they're doing at the Under Armour game is they have 2 spots left, and they want the fans to vote. It's a popularity contest.
He needs to be in it. He's the best. They say some people say he's the best receiver of all time in the Inland Empire.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Jeff, because he's the Inland area's record holder in receiving yards, touchdowns, and catches, receptions. Oof. He holds all those records in the Inland Empire.
Then he should be in the darn game.
He deserves to be in the Under Armour game, but Spiker needs your help. Please, if you don't know where to do it or if you don't know where the link is at, again, follow us on Twitter at @inland_sports. We got the link. I think you got about 2 weeks. So get on there, vote often if you can, and help Spiker out and help our boy Ryan Tukwa out there at Murrieta Valley.
Nice.
Side story real quick. So
yes.
The principal at Murrieta Valley is a guy named Mark Pettengill. And he was a stud football coach up in the Reading area when I was working at ABC 7 up there. He's the principal down here at Murrieta Valley. He says he remembers me as a young reporter rolling the sidelines with the Foothill Cougars.
A young Pep.
Yeah. No, but seriously, he was good. He was a big deal up there. He had a good team, the Big Red Machine, the Foothill Cougars, and his son was a stud, but now he's down here in the IE, man. We all come down to the IE at some point.
Everyone ends up down here.
So shout out to Mark Pettengill, Ryan Tukwa, and of course, vote for Spiker. He needs it. Jeff, you got the coffee. You stayed up late, and there's a good reason why, because your Riverside TV game with Ghazal Hassan went deep into the night. You couldn't even come to Sports Weekly Live.
It was a great game. I'll tell you what. Both teams battled it out. We thought it was going to be a high-scoring game, but it was a methodical, ball-control game. Guys were playing out of their minds. The young quarterback from North had a great game, came up short. Satcher was at one time was 8 for 8 in the second quarter, was throwing the ball all over the field. He was peppering it. He was great. And then you had, the glory of Jamon McGlory.
Jamon McGlory. He's such a stud. Arlington, they love to just feed him the rock and just let him go. In fact, he was one of our Marines Recruiting Station Riverside Athletes of the Week a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and he's so you don't understand how strong of a back he is. Once he gets running, he's hard to stop. North put a spy on him the entire game, so it was kind of tough, but man, he ends up winning the game on a 2-point conversion. Place went nuts.
Okay, so what did you think? So they go to overtime, and in overtime, each team gets a chance, right? Each team gets the ball. So North scores. They kick the extra point. They go up by 7. Arlington scores. Now you got a decision.
Yeah, and Ghazal and I we looked at each other, and I'm like, what's he going to do? We both were like, and then all of a sudden you said, they're in the formation, and it was Lunsford just was like, hey, it's
go
league
for the
play.
Win, right?
We're going for it. It's league.
Bring on the juicy fruit.
Hey,
we're going to do this.
His jaw was full. He had a big cheek full of juicy fruit. and McGlory and all his glory jumped in like a spear. for the 2-point conversion.
So I was watching the game. I was listening to you and Gazal last night as I was getting ready at IMG, and two things jumped out at me at the end of the game. One is, man, Arlington was so happy. They were celebrating. They're 6-0. Lions are off to a great start. But also the North guys and the Arlington guys shaking each other's hands. I mean, when you battle and go to war against somebody, to see them at the end of the game still have that respect for each other. I mean, like, it was a good scene. I know there's a lot of celebration, but it was a good scene to see the North guys and the Arlington guys shaking hands, high fives. I mean, really, celebrating each other to play a great game like that.
And I'll tell you this, it was really chippy during the game. A lot of penalty calls, a lot of smack talking, a lot. But like you said, to see those guys at the end with good sportsmanship and winning and losing with dignity, they both did.
It was hard fought.
But I will say this, 2 weeks. You know what the matchup could be in 2 weeks? Next week, Arlington plays Canyon Springs.
Okay.
The week after that, they could be...
Is it Rancho Verde?
Rancho Verde. They could be undefeated going into play Rancho Verde.
Hashtag shock the IE, right?
Yes.
Those shirts were just a couple years early, but it might come to fruition at this point.
So 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's the game right there.
Jeff Steinberg, the Rancho Verde coach, hit me up last night, and he said he was texting me as I was getting ready for the show, and he's like, hey, Pep, can you feed me some scores? I'm like, better yet, just go to Riverside TV right now. Your game's over.
That's it. Yeah, just watch the end.
Just go watch the end of Arlington North, and you can check that out. So 32-31 was that final score as the Lions get the win. The Riverside TV game next week, is it Patriot Hillcrest?
No, it would be...
Because it was supposed to be Ramona La Sierra, but that was moved to a Thursday night special.
It is Patriot Hillcrest. You are correct. Because I remember they had to move things around. La Sierra was supposed to play, and it was. But you see, there is a bit of a change. There is no Thursday night game this week. There will be a Friday night game.
And that's Patriot Hillcrest, right?
Yes, that is.
That could be interesting.
Yes, very much. The Patriots playing out of their minds.
Yeah.
Hillcrest goes in and thumps Ram High last night.
Yeah, that wasn't even close.
No.
I was kind of a little bit surprised.
Yeah, and some people picked it as an even game going in. So
Patriot and Hillcrest next week in the River Valley League. Real quick, we're running out of time.
Yes.
If you look at the rankings, I got them posted on the Inland Sports website right now. Not a huge change. We got 3 teams from the Big 8 in our rankings. Roosevelt, Santiago, Norco, on top of course, #1 Centennial. But again, keep an eye on the Big 8 League. Who's going to finish in second place, third place?
Second.
It's going to be a battle.
Yep.
And then also, if circle your calendars, Cajon at Ukaipa in 2 weeks.
Oh, that's right. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good one. Rev barely beat Carter last night. So the CBL is going to be wacky coming down the stretch. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see. Those are a couple of the leagues that we're keeping an eye on. Real quick, we got like a minute or two. We had our debut, our maiden voyage of the UC Riverside Coaches Show at the Cask and Cleaver Steakhouse right here in Riverside. Jeff, it was so much fun.
We are the official voices of UC Riverside. Get out of here. How does that happen?
I said, we're doing basketball. And you're like, yeah, we're doing this. Everyone started clapping. It was just awesome.
Yeah, so now we can announce it. Pep Fernandez, the voice, the play-by-play of the UC Riverside men's basketball.
I better double-check that. Do they know they actually went with me? I don't,
Yeah, we opened an envelope, and they said, you're the guy.
It's too late. We're going with it.
So you'll have to hear us. If you want to listen to the games, we'll be on the games.
We're excited about it, and our good friends at Riverside TV have teamed up with us to do the Coaches Show. We had a big live studio audience. The food was great. People were laughing and smiling. We were doing volcano claps from Iceland. It was a great event.
Yeah, people need to show up. It is really fun. It was packed.
We had such a great time, and big thanks to John Maxwell, Tamika Smith-Jones, everyone at UCR for inviting Inland Sports on board to do this. We had such a great time. It'll be the first Wednesday every single month at Cask and Cleaver.
November 1st, next one, 6 p.m.
It's my wife's birthday.
Okay.
So
November 1st,
No,
6
I'll
p.m.
be there. I'll be there. I might have to bring like a steak home or something. I'll be in a lot of trouble.
Hey, bring her. Bring her. My mom and dad were there. She can see
that's right. Maybe I'll bring Tara.
There you go.
So it's all brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Bill Navigado, you are the best. You're going to see both of my cars coming through your shop very, very soon. Mints, flowers, all the good stuff. Thank you, Bill. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire and still going strong. Ken's does it all, like uniforms, helmets, the La Sierra logo, Letterman's jackets, embroidery. If you can think it up, Ken's can hook it up. And Boost Performance Training, Ray Bass and his team. Jeff, like I told you, man, basketball, football, golf, lacrosse, whatever athlete that you in your life is playing, they could do it.
I have a new sport.
What?
Bocce ball.
Bocce
ball.
You might be the first.
If they do that,
like that's a real thing.
Yes.
I played it. It's a great game.
Curling was my sport last week. This week, bocce ball.
It's for real.
Yes.
If anyone out there, please call Ray Bass and be like, do you do bocce ball? I really want to go pro. That'd be awesome. And Catalano Motors in Corona. Thank you, Derek Catalano. Check out his car lot out there and see if they can strike you up a good deal off there in Temescal, off Temescal Canyon Road in Corona. Big thanks to the Colton High School football team, the Santiago volleyball team, and Tanner McKee, quarterback at Centennial, our Marines recruiting station Riverside athlete of the week. Jeff, it's been fun. Let's get some sleep, right?
Yeah,
Football
it'd be
season's
nice.
a grind, so
it'd be really nice.
We're going to get some sleep. We'll see you again next Saturday, 11 a.m., right here on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports, IE 1350 a.m.
That's going to do it for all of us here at Channel 4 News. You stay classy, Santiago. I'm Ron Burgundy.
Damn it! Who typed a question mark on the teleprompter?
What you can or can't do, you really have to try.